right.
Done the hair.
Hair makeup team. All right,
Beautiful.
ready? Set.
Go.
Okay, go. Right, now I'm going to carry on from my old men and their bikes kind of theme. And since Alex has been staying for the weekend after Enduro, and he's got a pretty cool bike, I thought, bugger it, we might as well do another little thing, because it is an interesting bike, and maybe there's people out there that would be interested in it. So Alex has got an addiction for collecting old shit. I'm looking forward to visiting him in his man shed. Our camera lady there keeps talking about all his shit that he needs to get rid of, but some of his shit sounds like it's pretty cool to me, and this is one of them. And without further ado, okay, tell us what it is.
Basically a YZ125 with a WR200 motor in it. A few years ago, I went looking to get some WR200 parts, the one I had. And this guy had a YZ125 sitting there at the back doing nothing. And I said, what are you going to do with that? And he said, I want to get rid of it. And I said, what do you want for it? And he said, a figure. And I said, no, I've only got half of that on me. And he says, that'll do. And I think it was $400 I bought the bike.
Okay, $400 with the motor.
No motor.
No
motor was gone. It was just
what year is it?
It's a 1999. So it's
99. Okay.
it fits in the vintage Enduro, under year 2000.
Yeah.
And then I managed
it's a steel frame, upside down forks.
Yep.
But not twin chambers.
No.
Basics.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Just brakes front and rear.
The old WR200 was, in my opinion, a bit of a pig.
Yeah.
It was very heavy.
Those are those white, kind of slightly funny looking bikes, eh? Yeah.
So it was. Whereas this is totally different.
What year is the WR?
WRs went from about 88 to, I think, around 92.
Yeah. Okay. And the criticism of them was they were a bit heavy.
Yeah, heavy and slow. Big armchair.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. Yeah. No, horrible. Not nice.
Yeah.
Not nice.
Yeah.
So time went on, and there was somebody up this way, up Whangarei way, and I thought I was buying the motor, but no, I got a complete WR200.
Come in, Betty, and just sort of zoom in a bit on the engine as he's talking about it. Yeah. So.
Spent some money, got a barrel in from the States, a brand new old stock, and so it's going to be cheaper to do that than to rebore it.
Brand new. Okay.
Yeah, brand new barrel.
And then just walk slowly around it.
Mechanic friend rebuilt all the bottom end, and so then the next challenge was shoehorning it into this frame.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, once we started getting basically water cooled and different setups on bikes.
Yeah.
Radiators got in the way, things changed. So nothing really fitted. Not one piece of this fitted. Yeah. The back of the motor I had to bore out and make new engine mounts, and you saw the factory look engine mounts, which I made.
Yeah.
But if you come around here, Betty, and I'll just explain.
Sorry, I filmed that yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. Now
the pipe is the key thing.
The pipe is a bit of a work of art, because it's a normal expansion chamber, but it's put on its side, right down here. And you can see the original WR header pipe coming out here, and it goes on. I may.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, if you actually look at that. What is this pipe off?
It's a proper WR200 aftermarket pipe.
Oh yeah, okay, pipe. Yeah.
But naturally, we couldn't put it under the tank anymore because it's got radiators there.
Yep.
And the radiators are another thing. That was one of the wholesalers was selling off DRZ 400 radiators pretty cheap, and I think they cost me $130. So made them fit, made some mount brackets, some and then of course it leads us on. The pipe brings you around here with this nice, slightly
custom-made,
odd-looking.
Yeah. Who did all this?
A guy called Tony Jensen in Levin at Jensen and Moore.
Okay.
And I thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
I can't stand the exhaust note, so that's going to go. It's too noisy.
Yeah.
So the seat's not quite right.
I mean, you haven't got a clue about in what way this pipe would affect the power, right? Like whether it's anything. I don't know much about pipe technology, but
got plenty of torque on it, so it's not peaky.
Yeah.
It's good actually. It is good.
What was this?
That was the original ones had. You could have these in a DT 200R, and they had auto mixing oil.
Oh,
just premix.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
What's the kickstart from?
Kickstart's off a KTM SX 200. And when I sold mine, I thought, hey, that'll fit on there. So sure enough, it did, and I sold it with the little wee kickstart they come with.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
I thought, hey, it's a good balance.
You had
on it.
any work done with the suspension?
Yes, R3G in Taupo.
Oh, yeah.
Did all the front end. And it's actually not bad. I'm still tuning it in because it hasn't done many hours.
The plan is I'm going to have a little ride on this in a minute. I sort of had a little ride on just at the, at the cow shed up and down the race. I thought, oh, it feels that, was what motivated me to make the video, because I thought, actually, this is a bloody cool bike.
Yep.
Like, and it's always interesting thinking about what your dream bike is.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things pretty nice about it. Oh shit! I put you off your train of thought.
No, that's right.
What's
So
the
everything,
headlight?
as you
That's a
see,
KTM headlight or something.
yeah, that's a Chinese copy
Yep.
of a KTM headlight thingamajiggy piece.
Yeah.
Front guard is original WR200.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Normal wheels. It's been lowered, of course, because I'm a bit short, and the seat's not sitting there properly at the moment. But I've got to fix the seat.
Talk to
I've
me
got
about this.
Oh, but this is a new modification. I
Petey
was
noticed
sitting
that
there
even.
and I lost the bolt out of here, and it's running around and flapping, and I noticed it ripped down there. So when I was in Mike's shed, I thought I'll get the grinder out and just make a handhold here. And it's perfect for somebody my height. So, that'll be a standard modification I'll do from now on.
It's a pickup.
It's a pickup. Oh, yeah. Total pickup.
Say.
Coming over this side, what's over here? Oh, yes. Now, we've got to talk about this. So, of course, the WR200's got the electronic power valve.
Oh yeah, now Betty, you're going to come in and comment on this department.
Okay. So
this little
this is,
setup.
you notice the handmade factory cap on it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But the servo's just above, just under the white shroud there.
Oh, this thing here.
Now we've got that running. We haven't got a capacitor in there.
Yeah, come back out a little bit.
We've got a
Set the part there we want to see.
yeah, we've got a
See
battery.
Yeah.
In fact, if I do this,
Oh, I actually took a video. Oh yeah. Yeah, do it again.
Do it again.
so it's operating off a TTR 50 battery into the loom, and it works off engine revs quite nicely. So, and that's something we've only just got going the last couple of days.
So at the Vinduro day before yesterday, you rode it without.
I rode it with no power valve.
Yeah.
It was a handful.
And he wasn't really sure whether it was the power valve was fully open or fully shut. But I rode it first, and it felt to me like it was fully open.
It was fully a handful.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that now.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing is this is the handmade airbox.
Oh yeah, that's with.
And the handmade airbox is
From it, it's like a 10-meter airbox or 5-meter.
You've got one which is off two airboxes cut in half. One's off a YZ125 and one's off a WR200. First, I glued them together with hot electric glue when I got the shape right. And then I got the urethane, the same stuff you put windscreens together with or hold them into your car. Put that in it, made sure it was all good. And then got a tyre tube and glued it or vulcanized it a whole lot into something that looks pretty much like a factory.
Yeah, what I mean, like from about
F1.
5 meters away, you can't even tell it's not actually like the factory thing.
No. So, so that was a bit of fun. O-ring chain, standard. Got a Moto Z Hybrid Extreme on the back, a Hybrid Extreme gummy, which is good on anything except slippery wet grass. Not too good coming down Mike's off camber hills.
Sorry about that.
Otherwise, everything else is pretty good on it.
Yeah.
It'll be a work in progress.
Yeah, yep. Alrighty. Well, and so you've never had the big end, the bottom end is just as you bought it.
We did take it out, check the crank, all that sort of stuff, split
Yeah.
it, and everything was fine.
Okay.
Went right through it, put a new gasket set, put it all back together.
Yeah.
Everything is.
And what do
absolutely bang
you
on.
reckon this bike owes you?
Oh, I reckon now we must be
Not
getting up to
counting
about $3,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe 2.5.
Yeah. It's interesting because I know bikes and their value and what's good and what's not. For $3,000, I know what you can buy. You buy an old YZ125 or I had there's some pretty nice KDX 200s for $4,000 at the moment.
Yep.
Just from my initial impressions of riding this, and then I rode Rob Searle's very tidy, nice KDX 200 air cooled,
Yeah.
but only got disc front, much older generation bike. Still this is a nicer bike to ride, in my opinion. But
We
but it is a
essentially got.
bitzer. It's not a collectible item. Whereas obviously a mint KDX is
Yeah.
sought after thing.
You've got a bike that can be ridden vintage enduro. It only weighs 94 kilos all up.
Yeah.
That's with the bigger motor on it.
It's a Y2K in the Vinduro specification, eh?
Yeah.
Disc brake, but
Pre
oh,
2000 basically.
Yeah, no, pretty nice bike. Anyway, we'll just I'll take it. What I was thinking I'd do. I mean, I haven't got all my riding gear on, but I might just do a loop of the special tests from yesterday, the day before. I'll just try and do it like kind of at pace. We'll time it just to see how far off I was doing it on my ag, and then plug that into the computer and just see where that would how that works out.
Qualified.
Yeah. I'll have to go and open the gates first. All right, well, we'll cut now, Betty. Let's go